Hey, podcasters, your friends at the Riot would like to thank you that in all the podcasting options that you have, that today you've chosen to go with us.
Maybe it was an accident. Maybe you landed here.
Oh, crap. Whoops. I didn't mean to listen to this.
No, not this today. Or maybe you intentionally came on over and we welcome you back.
So today in the podcast, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
You do an official review of it.
Yes, indeed. Riot Control. Also, we're going to talk squiggly eyebrows, cold brew coffee makers. According to someone, they found the best.
The best of the best. So if you've ever wanted to make your own cold brew and you're like, well, which one? I need a list. These are some options.
Also, what should you do if you find a handgun at the mall?
Just in case.
Or, you know what?
While you're shopping for your cold brew machine.
Maybe it should be what not to do if you find...
That might be better.
A handgun at the mall. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Remember, anytime you want, you can always find more stuff from us. Radio U Riot on Facebook and Radio U Riot on YouTube. Bye! Nikki would like to say bye, but she's been yawning the whole time I've been talking.
Stretching a big stretch. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The worst of the riot. Proof that you're already living in that dark future dystopia. Radio U.
I said some strong words last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, about zucchini.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I said some really strong words on this show about zucchini.
Maybe that was when you were in with Hudson?
It could have been.
Yeah, because do you not like zucchini?
I'm officially ready to say I hate zucchini.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. Because you guys know I did the food thing, so I've been trying different foods.
You did a food cleanse.
I've eaten a lot of zucchini.
Yeah.
And the only thing worse so far than zucchini in this mix is yellow squash. That is the most barfy food ever.
The honeydew cantaloupe-free fruit mixture of the vegetable world.
See, I can do cantaloupe if it's good.
Yeah, normally it's not.
A good fresh cantaloupe is good. That regular fruit mix, Nikki's right. You get like this orange thing.
This very pale green
thing. It's not good.
So you don't like yellow squash or zucchini?
So here's what I've done with the zucchini so far. Like, I have baked it, I have roasted it, and I have spiralized it and made zucchini pasta. And that is... if you can season it right and you get it just right, and I mean, the window is so narrow you can't even imagine.
It'd actually be easier to get a space shuttle back into Earth's atmosphere than to get the zucchini spiral noodle right.
She's right, but I have done it. I have experience where it's okay. But everyone said, and I said this on Facebook, I'm like, I hate zucchini. And then, start the march of people that are just like, you're so wrong. Everyone's like, zucchini's the best bread ever. Zucchini bread. And for me, I'm like, bro, that doesn't even count.
Yeah,
like
just
zucchini bread does not count. But over the weekend, I've been branching out, guys. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make zucchini bread.
Did you?
I'm going to make some.
And
I made some zucchini bread. And
it's good, but it doesn't count because it's not like you can have, I'm having my vegetable side, so it's going to be zucchini bread.
I'm just going to tell you that I think of myself like I can follow a recipe, and I believe that I followed this recipe correctly. I don't believe that I prepared it wrong. I just want you to know that it was awful.
Oh, maybe then something was wrong with the recipe because it is pretty good.
It had to have been a bad recipe because I've had zucchini bread and it's great. My grandma used to make zucchini bread all the time, and I remembered when I finally worked at a farm market and figured out what a zucchini was, it was like, I don't understand how my grandma takes this and turns it into that because that is good and this is not. This tasted like mushy zucchini.
You're listening to the worst of the riot.
Today sucks.
Radio U.
I can't believe that you've been back for a week and a half almost, and we have not even talked about this. I get a text from Nikki on whatever
such and such day. I was moving, and before we moved, you and I were talking about how you were seriously, because you're doing this cleanse, you have to have more fruits and vegetables. Yep. And for the vegetable side, you were seriously talking about actually getting an air fryer.
Yeah, because something you'll find is that if you actually are like, hey, I want to try to eat more vegetables, you can eat more salad. And then after that, it's like, what the heck are you supposed to do?
It's a limited list, and there's only so many ways without it really being boring after a while, and then you get sick of it, and then you're not wanting to eat them anymore. So you thought an air fryer, which kind of crisps them up, would be a good way to try it. And so you buy a little air fryer machine.
And then Nikki moves into a house where she gets a microwave.
It's a microwave oven, but it's a weird microwave. It's like you pull down the drawer.
Okay.
And it's got all these little techie things that go with it. And I was looking through the booklet on it.
Yeah.
And it's got a lot of cool features like reheating with meals and pizza and all this stuff, and steamers and all this. And then it said air fryer. It has an air fryer.
It's an air fryer.
It has it built into it.
And?
I haven't tried it yet.
I can't even fathom
I know.
that.
You know,
I can't. How is it that you have it there?
Listen, I've had visitors over, and every time I bring it up, it just hasn't caught on. Like, hey, we can try air frying these. Instead, we've steamed things, and we've microwaved things, and we've reheated things. But you're right. I'm going to do it this week and see how the air fryer thing actually is.
I don't think you deserve the air fryer.
I do. Don't take it away.
I don't think you deserve it because you've had it now for almost 2 weeks.
And I haven't used it.
And
it's
you
been
haven't
busy,
even
though.
done anything with it.
I will try it. I think we actually even have zucchini. If not, I'll pick some up.
Look, wait, pause.
And I'll try with that.
That's the wrong place to start.
Chicken fingers and fries?
I would I'd stop by and get myself some RIOT waffle fries or something and throw those in there.
And see how that goes?
And see how that goes.
That's give it a try.
Where you start.
So an air fryer, and you might have seen the units of them. It's just got a little drawer, and you pop in some stuff, it air fries them and crisps them up. So we'll see what it does.
What do you think about, like, the vegetables I found that I'm like, okay, I can actually eat this would be carrots, because, I mean, they're just so inoffensive. It's just a carrot. Or broccoli.
Yes.
I don't love broccoli, but broccoli's like, yeah, I can totally eat this.
I don't know, because like when I think air fryer, what I really want is a deep fryer, and I want like the batter on them. And I know it's not going to end up tasting like that unless I add the batter, but
no, but they could crisp them.
That's what I want. I want to try zucchini. I want to try zucchini fries.
Oh gosh, no! Like I'm just telling you.
Fine,
like,
I'm not. Whatever. I'll try fries.
There have been times in my life where I would say I hated something, and it would be because I don't know what it actually tastes like.
Sure.
And I'm here to tell you right now that I don't like zucchini, and I've had it in my mouth.
I'll try zucchini fries and carrot fries. Carrot fries are good.
I'm totally game for that. I found a recipe the other day that was carrots and a brown sugar and some sort of a spicy something, and I thought, well, this would be delicious.
No, it's a spicy mustard.
It's something
like a brown mustard. That's really good on carrots.
Yeah, it sounded really good. I thought I'll try this, but I mean, I don't have an air fryer
in
like
microwave?
some people do.
Well, then you're just not.
That's why I need you to report back to me. And
I will.
All right. Well, I just said I want you.
Possibly.
You're not going to. You're going to forget.
Will.
It'll be like a year from now, and you'll be like, "Hey, you know what? I air fried whatever, and it sucked."
I'll do it. I promise.
Mm-hmm. You guys heard it first.
You don't have to apologize unless you've done something wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't even think straight right now.
This is the worst of the riot. We're very, very sorry.
Now, many of you have heard us talking about various trends, air fryers, fashion trends, like something. I like to think of Nikki as being kind of our resident fashion expert.
I'm not.
Well, no.
And if you're choosing that just because I'm a girl, then...
Nope. Because when I mention things, you're like, oh, you mean the pump flat flip back?
Okay, that's not anything.
Okay.
But I might know of it, yes. Okay, fine.
And I'm like, what about this? Like, oh, you mean the Louis Garchon purse?
Okay.
Yeah.
Also because we have now Radio U pop sockets, and when I first presented this to everybody, most people here, most of the guys had no idea what a pop socket was.
Okay, well, you know what? That is why I want to bring this to you, and I want you as the resident person
to decide
tell me if this is true. Because I'll be clear, Nikki, between the two of us, guess which one of us wears makeup?
Yes.
All right. See, right there.
That's me.
It's not me. So it seems reasonable that me, a non-makeup person...
would look towards me, who's wearing makeup.
Yep, and gender-neutral pronouns. Person. What is
the item?
So apparently a going trend when it comes to makeup is, of course, you shave your eyebrows off so you can draw them back on.
I never did that.
Okay, but people do.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you do. But you shave your eyebrows off.
Yeah.
And then you give yourself squiggly eyebrows.
Yeah, there's been some trends with different shapes or different lines.
Okay,
and different colors.
So you're saying it's a thing.
But that's not a strong trend.
Yet.
Like, you'd have to really be into it to kind of do that. You got to have a style that matches that.
Okay, but like, do you see yourself?
Oh, no.
No?
I don't touch my eyebrows too often.
Okay, it's interesting that you draw a line at eyebrows because
I draw
you've
a
pierced
line.
everything else. But like,
Piercing an eyebrow is different.
okay, but it's all body art, Nikki.
No, yeah,
You've
you're
got-
right, but I
okay.
don't have the style that matches
Somebody
that.
comes at you with a needle and you're like, yeah. Somebody comes
Come
at you
at me, bro.
with a pencil and you're like, get away from me.
No, I think because I do eyeliner sometimes,
Okay.
and that is hard enough. I don't know if I could make an eyebrow. If I shaved my eyebrows, I can't make one look natural. And so I'm too afraid to do anything else.
See,
Let
and
alone go unnatural and go squiggly lines.
I don't even know what it's like to not like your eyebrows. And you're like, well, do you like yours? I guess.
Well, tattooing eyebrows is very popular now. That I could do.
Well, man, I'll tell you, if you're going to tattoo them, don't put the squiggly line because it might be in now, but when it's out, you're stuck.
Tattooing doesn't stay forever. It's just the tattooing application is used on it, but it's not a permanent eyebrow.
Yeah, well, again, I don't have an opinion about my eyebrows. And so,
And plus, when you use your eyebrows a lot for your expression, like squiggly lines, like, what is she saying?
Like,
is she mad? Is she sad? Is she confused?
I know that you're talking,
But I don't know.
can't pay attention to it.
Because your eyebrows are squiggly lines.
Your eyebrows keep moving.
Yeah, that's a trend, again, if you're deep in, or a trend sometimes where you like to see people do that, but you'll never do it on your own.
So you're saying, I see it on Instagram, I heart it, but in my own life,
I'm never doing that.
it's not going to happen.
No way.
All right. Well, I mean, I could see you with squiggly line eyebrows, sure.
No
if
way.
you wanted to. I think this is the first time I've known you that I've ever looked directly at your eyebrows.
Eyebrows don't look. I have to pluck them.
I don't know.
Having a bad day? Blame the riot. Everyone else does. And in fairness, it's probably their fault. Radio U.
So, the fine people of Seattle want you guys to stop sucking.
What do they want us to do? Be better at something?
Yeah, they really do want you to be better. They want you to stop sucking on straws.
Oh, yes. People are really getting into this one. Now, okay, remember how we talked about the squiggly eyebrows as like a trend?
Yeah.
This straw thing is like a bigger trend
It's a
to
new hotness.
to like be aware that straws are pretty dangerous and we should not be using them.
Now, if you think they're dangerous for you, that's where
No,
you're
it's
completely
not. It's
wrong.
not us. It's for little creatures and little animals.
Yeah, so the, let's see.
Even though you think they'd be fine because they could breathe out of it, but
What?
it's not.
You know, Nikki, I want to take you down to the meeting and let you say to them, like, hey, guys, I don't see what the big deal is. Can't they just go ahead and suck through the straw
It's like
we
a
do?
lifesaver. Like, you're fine.
It's
not like that.
really,
It's
really
not-
appreciate
it's
that.
not like that. No,
it
I
is,
understand.
Nikki, and thank you.
I understand it's not. It's more complicated than that.
I want to take you down and let you talk to the activists and explain it to them. And I'm sure
They'll get it.
I'm sure the people at the Lonely Whale Foundation, they sound like people that are going to be very open to your straw sucking theory. Like, what? It gets stuck in the blowhole, they bleed through it.
It
What's the big
eventually
deal?
disintegrates and it comes out. What's
It's
the problem?
fine.
Now, what do they say is wrong with like the disposable straws?
Okay, well, they are trying to remove 500 million plastic straws from the U.S. waste stream in 2017.
Is it because it just makes so much waste or because it will potentially hurt a creature?
Well, like, for example, they're pointing this out as the Lonely Whale Foundation because what kind of whale is it?
A killer whale?
No.
A beluga whale?
No, it's
I don't know much more.
Where did it go? It's a whale that, all whales, actually, most of them basically strain water for food.
Sure.
And so their strainers are getting all clogged up with the straws. And so they want us to stop with the straws. Now, a couple of people are on board for this. Seattle Seahawks will starting on September 17th, you will not be able to get a straw at the Seahawks Stadium.
Yeah, they're fine for that because then they don't have to pay for the straws. They're doing that not for conservation, but to be cheap.
Wait, are you saying that when
Yes, I'm saying.
when my hotel says, can they leave the dirty towels, which leads to less wastewater, they're actually just excited about not having to do laundry?
Exactly. 100%.
All right, well, Seattle Mariners, they're going straw-free for all of their home games at Safeco Field during the month of September. I should say, what they're trying to say is this is a strawless in Seattle September.
Are you allowed to bring your own? I have metal straws. like reusable ones? Are you allowed to?
I don't know. Are you throwing it in the trash?
Try not to.
Well,
I am missing some, I think, out of habit. You're just like, well, here it goes.
SeaTac Airport, the 20 restaurants in there will eliminate plastic straws.
Because there's certain drinks I don't like to drink without a straw.
Yeah.
And if you bring in your own reusable cup, which they normally don't let you do at fields.
Right.
So I think they need to change some other policies if they want to make this straw thing work.
You know what, Nikki, again, this is just stuff that works in favor for them. It's not going to be a convenience for you.
Because then I'm bringing my own drink in, so.
Yeah. Actually, I'd like to just see this thing here. It's a metal bottle. It's got water in it. Can I bring my own water? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to buy water. What is it, $40 a liter? Oh, I'm sorry. $40 a cup. My mistake.
Well, just be aware that is going around as a trend.
So the official hashtag for it is #StopSucking.
Imagine a world where the Riot never talks and it's glorious Radio U music for hours on end. Now, imagine the opposite of that. You're already there. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Now, Nikki, I didn't tell you that we were going to do this, but it may actually time to visit one of your absolute favorite Riot places.
Oh, it's time?
Yep.
Okay.
Putin!
We'll be back in 40 seconds.
Putin! It's a good song.
I'll take a drink of my water.
Putin! Putin! It's long, but you'll make it.
It's not even done.
Putin! 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 Yes, 10 seconds to go.
Sometimes the ending's the hardest. And there it is. That's
all right.
it. Okay, good.
Nikki, Vladimir Putin has just gotten himself a new holiday home. At least that's what this particular article says. And I was wondering, and don't answer right away, I want you to look at the pictures first.
Are you sending him to me?
If Putin invited you to his holiday home,
would I go?
Would you be willing to go hang out at his holiday home?
Is it just to be like at the holiday home, or is it like, hey, you're the new wife or something?
I didn't say you had to be the new wife.
I just wanted to be.
Because, like, maybe we both get to go. Like, what if we got invited to go hang out?
Yes, I would like friends around.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you want to keep it from being weird.
I actually don't like gold that much, and that is a lot of gold.
It's kind of, well, is it like gold, or is it just like looks like gold? Oh, gold-plated tiles in the swimming pool.
It might be a combination of both. Boy, that's a nice pool, though.
It is a nice pool, but I feel like when you're putting gold-plated stuff in it, you're just showing off at that point.
Sure.
Like, you know what, guys? An in-ground pool was not expensive enough. What we actually need to do is come up with a way to make it more pricey. Does anybody know? I know. We'll put gold on the bottom.
Let's do it. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable here. It's not my style.
I think I could get used to it.
It looks like one of the bathtubs looks like a canoe. Like, these are quite impressive.
It's really, I think it's great. Like, it's long and deep.
Think Roman baths.
Yes,
like back in the day, it looks a lot like that.
Yeah. Well, this is fitted with, looks like it's just got water. Meaning like pipes, you know, a thing like you.
If you look at the outside picture, it looks like it wouldn't even fit. But I guess that's it.
What is this one underneath that picture? Is that like a hot tub that's in the middle of that room?
I told you that's the canoe-looking thing.
No,
it's a tub.
No, the one underneath that.
Oh no, it's a seating place.
It's a place you sit down.
Yes,
that looks like the lamest place to sit I've ever seen. Is that a sauna or something?
No. It's in a billiards room, and it looks like an old barrel of like whiskey or something, but it's a seating cushion. Like
we're still looking at.
You're not looking at the same picture?
I don't think so.
So which one are you looking at?
Wait, okay. There's like a thing in the middle. It's the last photo.
The barrel thing?
Nope.
That's
keep
not
going.
it.
Well, you know what? You're on the mobile site, so maybe
there's
it's
more
coming
pictures?
up differently. Like you scroll down, there's the bathtub that looks like a canoe.
This thing?
That's
an ottoman.
You think it's an ottoman?
That's an ottoman.
It's lame.
Or is it a...
See? You can't
is it
tell.
a marble table?
I don't know.
Because that's a fountain. It's water. I bet you there's water in there.
Okay.
Because the fountain looks just like the water thing.
I mean, I love the idea of just having a room where I'm just in there, you know.
Oh, this is a spa thing.
Yeah.
It's a spa room.
I mean, I'm game for that. I want to have a $60 billion... the czars used to live here kind of house.
I get really nervous, which is why I never was too interested in when you could like travel, like, oh, could you get into North Korea and do one? I get very nervous when there's something around that I don't like and I'm afraid I'll say something. And I feel like him and his style, and I might say something.
I feel like if you could divorce the weirdo dictator stuff, he's probably...
and get to know the real man.
He's probably like a fun uncle. He wants to take you fishing, and you're going to go bear spotting, and like there'd be all this stuff. And then one of the servants makes a mistake, and then...
They're never seen from again, and I don't like that.
I know. Then they're never heard from again, and you're like, hey, I have to go now.
I don't want to do it.
All right.
I don't have any travel plans to visit there anytime soon.
Well, Vlad, I'm sorry. Nikki and I will be unable to attend the opening party of your new vacation home.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to fireobadiah@radiou.com. Games.
I'm logged on to an MMORPG with people from all over the world and getting XP with my party using TeamSpeak.
Tech. Stuff. Riot Control.
For Riot Control, if you haven't been paying attention, we've been playing Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, and that is out for the Nintendo Switch today.
Don't you love Mario characters and little rabbits?
I do.
Which are basically little rabbit guys.
So if you've never seen it before, this is from Ubisoft. They sent us a code to check it out. And again, it's exclusive to the Nintendo Switch. And the idea is that there's this video game / creator / inventor that has this VR headset that something happens, and Mario and the Rabbids end up in a cross-dimensional vortex, and they end up fighting for survival to return sanity to the Mushroom Kingdom. Now, if, as Nikki was saying, you don't know what the Rabbids are, imagine rabbits that remind you an awful lot of minions.
I think that's a safe way to explain it.
And they are very funny.
There's a lot of them. They walk around. You do things.
When they announced this game at E3, like leading up to it, there were rumors that it existed, and I thought it sounded like a really dumb idea.
But don't you think most people were excited because the fact that it's a partnership with Nintendo, so you're seeing characters like Mario in this stuff?
It just didn't seem to me like it was going to work, and then I saw the first trailer for it, and I was like, I'm an idiot. This is fantastic. I hope it's as good as it looks. And I'm here to tell you that it is. Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is it's a strategy game, and that's something that might take you shock you right away. Is like, that's all it is strategy. So you get in and it plays like XCOM, and if you've never played XCOM before, you've got characters, and what you end up doing is just kind of moving them around the board, setting them up in places so that they can attack each other. And think of it like chess, because it is turn-based, but it's a little... I suppose a chess grandmaster will hate me for this, but as an idiot, it feels a little more complicated.
Sure.
And so you move your guys into places where they can attack. There's a lot of jumping, so like you can move Mario into one place, and then Rabbid Luigi can jump on Mario's head. That pushes him further across the board to attack the other Rabbid that's doing whatever. In Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, there's a ton of variety, not just in the people that you can use, but also in the kind of bosses that you're going to face. It's a lot about mobility. You can upgrade the weapons that Mario is carrying. It might seem a little weird to see Mario carrying a hand cannon, but I don't know. It totally worked for me, right?
It worked out. Yeah. So with this being, two companies, Nintendo and Ubi and stuff going in together, do you feel like Mario is the main thing and the Rabbids are like way behind in second, or is it pretty much it's a storyline that keeps both of them at the same level? Does that make sense?
To me, Mario is definitely the star of the show here.
Okay.
Because even the Rabbids that you're using, a lot of them look like Mario characters. And so if you had actually told me that this was just from Nintendo,
you would have
believed that. And in reality, I think most people probably aren't even going to know, because how often does Nintendo ever license out their characters? I'm sure they have. There's like that Mario Sonic thing, but this is one of the few times I've seen it. And you know what? It's great integration. And I'll tell you, the game is not overly easy, but it's also not super hard. I feel like it's a very gentle slope of working your way into what does a strategy game like this look like. And it's a great fit for the Nintendo Switch. It looks amazing on the screen. A battle plays out across a few different turns, so it really plays to the strengths of picking it up and taking it with you. But it also looks really good on your TV, and I have actually played it both ways, both in my hand and using a Nintendo Pro Controller. Again, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle for the Switch. I'll just tell you, I feel like it's a winner. There's a season pass for it. Don't know what's coming in the season pass yet, but the game itself felt like a complete package when I actually got my hands on it. So remember, you can always catch more Riot Control, riot.radiou.com. And if you want to see us play Mario Rabbids, there's an Obadiah Plays right now at Radio U Riot on YouTube. It's also on our Facebook page, and you can also find that at riot.radiou.com.
You're hearing it for the first time, and it sounds terrible.
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
So, Nikki, Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Apple or Microsoft?
Apple.
Xbox or Sony?
Xbox.
Okay. Let's see. Nintendo or Nintendo?
Nintendo.
What I'm saying is brands.
Loyalty counts.
It does count.
That's what they're trying to get you to be loyal to their brand.
And here's a little thing. Coke versus Pepsi, brand compatibility, relationship power, and life satisfaction from the Journal of Consumer Research. Here's what they're alleging. I know that was a lot of words, but check this out. They say if you're in a dating relationship or even a friendship, that one of the best ways to determine long-term whether or not this is going to work out is are you both loyal to the same brands?
That would be helpful because in that way you're not and it pops up. Say if you use Apple everything or if you're into Android and people are like, oh, it's not as bad as it used to be back in the day when, you troll each other about each other's companies, but it is there and it could flare up.
Well, I can tell you the trolling is alive and well on the internet, Nikki.
It is. So if you are against or if you don't like everything, and nothing, you don't have any ground that's the same, then it'll probably hurt you in the long run.
Well, let me ask you this. Eric made the switch from, his Mac to he's running Windows now. Is that really affecting your relationship?
It hasn't reflected our relationship, but we've also been together for a while. But if you were in the beginning stages of your relationship,
so you're saying
it might hurt more then.
You guys are dating. Eric's been an Apple guy, and then all of a sudden he switches to Windows, and you're like, I don't even know who you are anymore.
Well, if he got an attitude about it, then that's when it's annoying.
Would you have an attitude about it?
I could possibly.
I think
I might not like his current setup, but it's fine.
I think that I just heard an attitude.
No,
that emerged.
It's a relationship. We have your strengths and things that you don't like.
Oh, so him being on Windows is a weakness then.
Did I say that?
No, but you know what? It's fine.
It's just when I see it.
It was easily inferred from the implication.
And I'm always like, hey, do you want to go get a new laptop? Or a new desktop? I'll take you. Let's go. Mm-hmm. But it's fine.
So there's another thing that you might consider. Not you, Nikki. I mean, us as a whole.
Sure.
Them saying hey, liking the same brands is important. It could be that you just stop caring about brands that much.
What is that?
I know.
Please.
Because they say that part of the problem is that, in a relationship, you might feel squelched. Like, let's say you live together and he was always buying
Diet Pepsi.
And you always want a Diet Coke and you never get what you want. I love how the article doesn't explore any of the practical ways to fix this. Like, buy
your own.
Or, again, stop caring that much about brands. Brands have never done anything for you. They just offer a product in exchange for money. They don't volunteer. Microsoft's not like, guys, please have a free Xbox and a free Windows thing. Just have the free.
But if you're in a relationship where the other person restricted you from having what you like, then your relationship needs looked at for another reason, not brand loyalty.
Yeah.
It goes down to how the person is acting.
I mean, in fairness, I will tell you that I told my roommates straight up, look, never come in here with anything but Kraft macaroni and cheese and Heinz ketchup. If you bring something else, I just want you to know that it doesn't count as the community one because no one else is eating your trash.
You were a little harsh on that, but we all have those things that we're very loyal to.
Yeah, so maybe I need to take my own advice.
And read that article.
Maybe I should.
You've got to hand it to Obadiah and Nikki. Anyone can eat junk food all day.
Where's my food?
But they've figured out a way to get paid for it. The Riot on Radio U.
It's hot in here, guys.
It is.
We gotta do something about it.
Are you going over?
The temperature?
Are you going over? We have
it is.
The thermostat on the wall, but
it's wrong. It's hot. It's 2 degrees hotter than normal.
Is it 75?
It is.
You're not supposed to, but we're not supposed to touch it.
But it wasn't set to
that. But it's so hot
Here's
in
what
here.
I don't understand. It wasn't set to that, but it also wasn't running.
I think that it switched over because when we first started the show, it was fine. But Oh, okay. Remember yesterday the power went out? Maybe the schedule's wrong. Maybe it's scheduled at different hours.
Oh, we've got to make a phone call.
I think so, because it's hotter in here than when we got here this morning. I know.
I can't. Can you guys hear the fan? Can you hear it?
No, it blends in.
You hear it? Because before you guys said you couldn't hear it when I used the fan. It's fine.
It's not the fan, but it's so hot by laughing. I want to pass out.
It's just hot.
I'll put the breeze this way. And you know what? Wait, let's just see. Do you think? See, there's my fan. I don't think you guys can hear that. It's a gentle hum over there.
What we need? I'm telling you right now. Let's play 3 songs and let's buy a window air conditioner. We'll just put it in this window right here.
I want an overhead ceiling fan. Now, mind you, the ceilings are a little low, I feel like, for that.
Well, just don't put your hands up. If you don't put your hand up, we're fine.
I mean, I know sometimes when you don't care, you start waving them around, but as long as you don't do that, then you're fine.
It's time to start caring and stop waving, is what we're saying.
But I do think we should mention it to someone, because in case it's on a schedule and now it's confused from yesterday, then no one would have known.
I'm hot.
Because other people outside of us, DJ-wise, might not complain about if it's too hot than like we do.
And listen, you guys can preach princess and pee at me all day long, but listen... If you want this level of genius,
this quality of show,
if you want this level of quality in your show, there's a couple of things I'm going to need. I'm going to need coffee, I'm going to need water, and I'm going to need some air conditioning, okay?
That's it.
So it's not a lot. I'm not making you pull out all the red M&Ms. There aren't even any M&Ms.
Did you change it, though? Do you think it should cool down?
I don't know. I pushed the button down and it clicked.
Okay.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but we won't fix it unless we check and make sure it's not scheduled to do something.
No, wait, do you have your fan running right now?
No, I turned it off.
Does anybody hear anything? Not just that, but like...
That's papers. He has papers.
I made a fan.
It's just all that's nice.
See?
Oh, the airflow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's like a bird's in here with a giant wing. Do you hear that? It's got dragons in here.
The Riot talks about wanting a day off, but when do we get a day off from them?
Boo! You suck at this!
It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Man, I don't even know what to do if the internet's not there to tell me. How do I live? What do I buy? What do I watch? Where do I go? I don't know.
You do need its guidance every so often.
Yeah, which is why I was really glad that the guys at Engadget went ahead and...
Engadget's still around?
Oh, yeah. They are. They're not, I'll tell you.
It's not like it used to. There were power blogger sites years ago. And they all got sold, and then I think they got sold again, and then torn off and done this and done that, and it doesn't seem like they've done as well out the other end.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Like, it's not what it used to be, but they went ahead, and I don't know if they also own this blog or if they just like retweet/blogged it. But this company called The Sweet Home, they looked at what they said were the 6 best cold brew coffee makers.
Yeah.
And they've chosen what they say is
the number one
top for them cold brew coffee maker.
Is it the Toddy?
It's not.
No. All right, what do they got?
I mean, let's get real. The Toddy's what we use, and that makes it the best.
It's an inexpensive one, but I don't know compared to the prices of what else made the list.
Well, Nikki, this is the OXO Good Grips.
Okay, I've heard of OXO.
Yeah, I've heard of the company before, but I've never looked at this particular item. It's the Good Grips 4-cup cold brew coffee maker.
That's something.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how long it takes to actually make the brew, because I was talking to a guy, my friend that owns the coffee shop, Coffee Shack Roasters is the name of it, and he was telling me that he had a cold brew thing that would make cold brew in 6 hours.
Yeah.
And the Toddy makes a bunch more, but it takes like 18 hours if you want to do it right.
You fill the top brewing container with coarse ground coffee, add water, cold water following our suggested recipe, and after 12 to 24 hours, you flip the brew release switch to start the draining process, and then the concentrate, which is what cold brew is.
Right.
Concentrate stays fresh for up to 2 weeks in your fridge.
I don't know. That doesn't.
So it's still 12 to 24 hours, which is about average.
Doesn't necessarily seem that great.
I like this one. It says, make it rain.
Make it rain.
Rainmaker evenly distributes water for optimal flavor extraction.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess they got something there, but I've been pretty happy with my Toddy. They said their second best cold brew coffee maker is the Filtron Cold Water Coffee Concentrate Brewer, which, as Nikki said, that looks almost exactly like a Toddy.
Yeah.
Like, almost exactly like it. But that was their runner-up, and it's $36. And the toddy, which is what I use as a gift to me from Nikki, which was a gift to her from her mom.
We're just happy to pass along.
It's traveled. It's coming in at $37.
Well, cold brew, for me, I don't have a problem with coffee, and so the cold brew was nice, but not necessary. But I gave it to you because I know it's less acidic, so it's better on your stomach, which you care about more. So that's always good if you've ever wanted to be a coffee person, but if it bothers you.
Yeah. Nikki, you know what happens when you give up soda? It quits mattering.
What do you mean?
I can drink whatever.
Your stomach's fine now? Yep. Better?
Yep.
Well, back then.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, you needed it.
But the flip side is, I will tell you, once you get used to cold brew, there's kind of no going back.
Yes, it does have a smoother taste.
So good. So much more flavor. And again, if you get the right kind of coffee, you can, even if you're somebody that's like, I like to put milk and sugar and cream and fairy dust and all that stuff in your coffee, you can drink it black. If you get really good coffee, you can drink it black, and it's no problem.
But it takes some time to make it.
Yeah.
12 to 24 hours.
Get invested, son. Start using your life for something worthwhile, like brewing coffee.
Waking up with the Riot makes your nightmares not seem so bad. Actually, you might want to just go back to sleep. Radio U.
Guys, it's time for us to give Nikki a pop quiz.
Yeah!
Are you ready?
Yes, I love those things, even though I'm so afraid to click on one online, I never do them, so.
Okay, it's time to go to safety school, Nikki.
Yeah.
You find yourself
I'm buckled in.
Which we know.
It's not
Nikki
true. I do buckle. I wear my seatbelt. I don't like the top strap.
Okay. All right. So Nikki she's lying. She just sits on top of the seatbelt.
I do not.
You do?
All the time.
You do?
I do wear my seatbelt.
Despite multiple accidents in previous years, Nikki
Not my accidents.
Right. That's right. Because when there's a car accident, you get out and go, no, I'm not getting hurt in this one because this one wasn't my fault.
Get to the quiz. Get to the quiz.
We just had a part of the pop quiz and you done failed it. Okay.
Get to the quiz.
Actually, this is all fantasy. The first part of the fantasy is Nikki's wearing a seatbelt.
Whatever.
The second part of the fantasy is that Nikki's at the mall.
I go to the mall sometimes. Not often, but I go sometimes.
She's at the mall buying clothes.
I never shop for clothes at the mall.
All right. And Nikki goes into the mall.
Yeah.
And she goes into the clothes store and she goes into the fitting room. And what does she find? But a
Santa
gun.
and his 8 tiny reindeer.
Right there. Now, when confronted with Santa at the mall, safety first.
So what happened?
All right, Nikki, here's what I want to ask you is that if you go into the mall, into the dressing room, and you find a gun, what should you do?
I would ask for mall security right then and there.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I would not let people in, nor I wouldn't leave. I would just say, hey, this is what's going on.
Okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting idea. So you're saying that you would not touch the gun, get security, and not let anybody into that space where the gun is.
I'm respectable of people's roles. I don't want to jump mall security in order and call the cops. Which mall security and cops, I guess I just was rude by saying you're not, but the actual people that are closest by.
Listen here, Paul Blart. I'm calling 911.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
But I'm going to see if someone can help me locally.
All right. So, Nikki, I would say you probably passed. Now, this woman failed. She was at the mall, and she was there with her son, and her son found the gun, and she was like, give it to mommy.
Did she shoot it?
Okay, it's real. I guess we should tell somebody about it.
Did she accidentally shoot it or on purpose?
She picked it up, fired the gun to, quote-unquote, see if it was real.
Well, sending a message, that's a strong one.
That's what she did. Who does that? I don't know if this gun's real. Hey, I'm going to shoot it.
She must have a gun or carry a gun or something because I wouldn't even touch one. I'd be too afraid.
No way. This is a complete idiot. And Nikki, if you spend time with people that are gun people, if she carried a gun, she wouldn't
accidentally shoot it.
The first thing she would have done is picked it up. Or, okay, maybe not, but she probably would have picked it up, removed the ammo, and emptied the chamber, and then set it down. Not like, hey, guys.
I'm picking it up.
I'm shooting it to see if it's loaded. You idiot. What are you doing? So that's what she did. And
she did not pass.
Mall security just want to let everybody know, hey, what you need to do is notify the authorities and not pick it up and shoot it.
Well, good to know.
That is
good to know.
Really bizarre. She thought it might be a toy gun. She was going to let her son have it.
Oh my
well,
gosh.
I guess at least she checked first. I don't know.
That could have been way worse.
And sometimes people, you know. So the next time you hear somebody shooting at the mall, just know, like, it's the lady over in Housewares. What a moron.
Recycling paper is like planting a tree. Recycling the riot is like burning down the rainforest.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Now, Nikki, while you're at the mall, not illegally discharging a firearm, but instead calling mall security.
From our previous conversation.
When you get done, you might want to swing on by the various coffee options there in the mall, maybe.
I think our mall has like 8 Starbucks, and I think that's all that's let in there.
Didn't they close one of the Starbucks in the mall because there were too many? Wasn't that a thing?
Well, no. Okay, you're right, because we have there's 2 or 3 surrounding the mall. Like if you go out the doors.
Because there was a kiosk one and then there was a store one.
But
and then
they
I think I swear
'cause-
there was a third kiosk.
Yes, but then they made the store one bigger, I think.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah, so
we have a lot.
All right. Let's call the location and see if we can speak to the manager right now.
When we
so
tell
we can
you guys
find
stuff,
out
we want to know the
on.
exact answers.
Yeah. So in Chicago, Starbucks is giving something a whirl that I think might be right up your alley,
Are they
Nikki.
testing something?
They are.
A smoothie place? Even though they kind of already had that.
How about sushi at Starbucks?
Oh, man, I love sushi.
Yeah?
I do.
Yeah.
Do you know our cheap Chinese location over there is now sushi and cheap Chinese?
Wait, Paul. So you're saying that
they changed their name.
The Chinese restaurant that we
right
used
over
to
there,
visit.
Yeah, that moved.
Yeah.
Is sushi as well.
Okay.
And so it's their new name, and it's actually delicious.
So now the question is, are they bringing that, as we call it, cheap Chinese experience to the sushi experience, so it's inexpensive, but you really don't know what you're eating?
No, it's actually more expensive.
Any mystery crunchies inside that sushi roll?
No, it's really good. And a lot of it's deep fried, which is so wonderful.
I thought sushi was raw.
No, but you can still throw it in a fryer.
It's
Come
not
on,
raw.
you batter
Okay.
it. There's
It's
a California
not raw
roll.
after that, okay?
And it has cream cheese in it, and it's battered, and it's just delicious.
So fried cheese. That's what we're talking about now.
I think there's shrimp or crab meat in it, and it's fine.
It's shrimp or crab meat. She doesn't even know what the meat is.
No, a lot of people use shrimp in that. Some use crab meat. It depends on where you're going.
Well, I will tell you, only 2 locations in Chicago is Starbucks giving this a whirl. They've got the chicken maki roll, which they say is a California chicken burrito with a twist.
Oh.
It doesn't look good to me, but you guys understand that I have a certain relationship with sushi.
It's not
which
a good
is
one.
to say that we are not on speaking terms. There, Nikki, take a look at it. Tell me if that's edible.
Okay, and then is there another roll?
You know what? I don't know. That's the only one that I see.
And that's interesting they're doing chicken sushi, because then I think for, what's the word with the rules for the places food at restaurants?
Yeah. So like
maybe, so it's not, because normally that's not, you don't put chicken in it.
Right.
Okay, so a chicken maki roll, and I now see nothing else.
Well, it's chicken salsa, fresh cucumber, pickled cabbage, onions, avocado, rolled in sushi rice, and wrapped with seaweed.
So they say they're offering
It's almost everything I don't like.
They're offering even more. It is. It's like they took a test and they gave you this question and answer thing, and they put everything in there that you hate.
Fill out the stuff you hate. Okay, we'll be right back.
Perfect. Wonderful.
Our chefs are in the kitchen right now.
Sushi sounds good, though. That sounds just about right.
I'm out. I've only gone to a sushi place with you one time.
Well,
and I got teriyaki chicken.
You only went because there was a band, too, and he didn't like any of it.
No. And I didn't like them. I'm just kidding. They were nice.
The Riot with Obadiah.
Oh, loneliness and cheeseburgers are a dangerous mix.
The Riot with Nikki.
Shut up.
Oh, don't tell me to shut up!
The Riot on Radio U.
It is The Riot on Radio U.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Are we talking Christmas stuff?
Well, okay. Here's what I got to thinking. Today is August 29th.
Yeah.
Okay. This Friday is September 1st.
Yes.
Okay. So for me, once we enter September, we're coming into the last quarter.
This is like down the summer hill into the fall and winter and all the Christmas stuff.
2 things. 1, I knew a girl named Summerhill.
Did you?
2.
Sounds like a band.
Yeah, it totally does. We are now in the Is it? Well, September, October, November, December. All right, so we're in the
4-month window.
We're in the last third. Everyone else measures it by quarters, but Nikki and I are on thirds here, okay?
We're getting close, all right?
We are now 117 days away.
Oh, from Christmas. I'm so excited.
That's right. So, and just to be clear, if you were looking for something more than that,
this is all we have to talk about.
That's it.
This is just that it's coming.
The announcement is we are 117 days away from Christmas.
I still haven't seen the onslaught yet of Christmas stuff being out. I've seen Christmas wrapping and ribbons.
Okay, and you saw that at Costco.
And Costco's notorious. Like once September hits, we'll see trees and stuff.
Oh yeah, totally.
That always comes out around September, and then you move on to the bathing suit season in October.
Okay,
everything's way off.
They do that. Costco makes this jacket I like. They're like $20. They're these neoprene jackets. Last year, I didn't buy one in July.
You have a small window to get these things.
And so I went in there the other day and they had those jackets and I was like, I don't care, give it to me.
I'm buying it now.
I'm buying it right now so I can have it later.
Doesn't matter, it's 100 out. Nope. It's like, nope, we've got to buy it when we see it.
I bought the stupid thing. It was in the 90s outside. It's hanging in my closet waiting for the temperature to drop so I can actually wear it.
We're getting to where it's more comfortable temperatures for a lot of the country, and we're starting to see fall come.
I do love jackets. That's what I love about it.
Our hoodie season is just...
And Nikki, we're coming up on it.
I am.
We're 117 days away from Christmas.
Practically here.
I mean, it's
practically December, right?
I mean, we're right on over the hump here.
Thanks for telling us.
We're on the way down. I figure as of Friday, Thursday night, first football game, right? Then Friday, you know what? Go ahead and get the tree out. It's fine.
You might as well.
That's how close we are right now.
Thanks for listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Oh no! I missed it! Do it again!
You can hear us live every day on the Radio U network through the Radio U app or at riot.radiou.com.
# stop sucking.